Well, I think we just got through a tough stretch. It's felt like, I know it hasn't necessarily been this way, but I think to our staff and our players, it's just kind of felt like a game every couple days, which is great and fun. But I think it's 9 games in 3 weeks, and so you could kind of feel that over the last week and a half. You could just kind of feel it wearing down. And as a coach, even though I sensed it, I probably started pushing more because I just think we have a lot of things we can really improve on. There's a lot of things that we got to do better. And so I pushed really hard in practice this week. And I'm just pleased that we found a way to win and found a way to string some defensive stops together and get out and run in transition at times. So that was some of the good stuff. There's a lot of things we got to get better at. Offensive execution, being more consistent in playing the way that we practice every day. Certainly, I've been complaining about us on the defensive glass for quite some time. I look down tonight, and they out-rebound us on the offensive board. And you play a team that shoots that many shots from behind the arc, and some of them were really difficult shots, I thought. I thought we guarded well at times. You're going to get some sort of strange bounces and some long rebounds, so you're going to give up a couple when you play against a team that plays Bryant's style of play. But we got to get better at securing the ball and getting loose balls. I thought when we did that tonight, when we actually did secure the ball and get live ball stops, we had opportunities to run and play in transition, and we had some success. I thought when we didn't do that, the game was frustrating at times. But I'm pleased that we got through this stretch. Our guys are really trying. They're practicing hard. I think we can get a lot better, which is a really neat feeling as a coach. And it's going to be nice to have a couple days to kind of catch our breath and get back to being healthy again.
Obviously a lot about the game, but do you have an update on JD?
Yeah. I believe if we left it up to JD tonight, he would have played. He was in a boot the last 2 days and practice on it's Sunday, right? Yep, that's the day? Yep, okay. On practice on Friday, at the very beginning of the practice, somebody going after a loose ball that we didn't secure. Shocker. Okay. Somebody fell as he was diving, dove and fell on his foot, and he had a really mild ankle sprain. We put him in a boot. He was in a boot for 2 days, and he woke up today and texted me and said, "Coach, I feel so much better. I think I can play today." And so I think if we left it up to JD, he's such a warrior, he would have played. But our training staff, Bob Mangine, felt like it was probably the smart thing to do after being in a boot for 2 days to let him recover and to make sure we didn't take any chances with him. So I think he'll be fine, guys. I think he'll practice tomorrow if we didn't have the day off. And then it's good to get A.J. McGinnis coming back. If you're going to ask about injuries, he practiced in a limited role here the last couple days, so it's nice to see him progressing back. And I think we could have used both of those guys trying to score against the zone tonight with the way that they shoot it.
Those stretches where you're able to get out in transition and get some buckets, it kind of started in the first half where you had that little spurt. What is the difference to that flip switching? Obviously getting stops is part of it, but how have they been able to have success in those runs where they can get out and get those layups?
Yeah, it starts with live ball stops, Justin. That's the first thing. Even if you get a stop, but it's a stop because you couldn't secure a loose ball or a rebound and it gets deflected out of bounds, everybody gets a chance to set their defense. When you get a live ball stop, you really do have a chance to run. And Bryant is sending everybody to the offensive board. It's a unique style of play and can be a difficult style of play to play against. They're sending everybody to the board. So it's not easy to secure when 5 guys are crashing. But when you rebound it, you have an advantage in transition. So the first part is just securing the ball. And then the second part, which is something we've been working on all year, is sprinting the floor with organization. And then the guy with the ball, whether it's the guy that secures the rebound or the guy that we outlet the ball to, playing with pace and with discipline, playing under control. When we've done that, good things are happening to us.
You've kind of had some slow starts over this stretch, first 2 segments of a game. Is there anything to fix that, or is it just a matter of not hitting shots right out of the gate? Or
Well, I think I'm very aware of it. I think if there's a reason that we could identify for it, we'd try to address it. I think it's been different things in different games. We didn't have a slow start at Miami Wednesday night. I thought we had maybe our best start of the season. And I was mad because somebody told me, Justin tweeted, that we didn't play hard for the first 32 minutes. I said, we played pretty good the first 6 minutes of the game. I didn't read it. I don't read Twitter in the season. But we were the better team in the first 4 or 5 minutes of that game. So, I'm just being picky. But I can have some fun after we win, right? But we had a great start at Miami. I think it's been different things. Tonight, the free throw line had a lot to do with the slow start. Missed tip-ins. We missed like 2. I think John missed a 2-incher. 2 of them. Yeah. So we missed a couple 2-inchers. We missed a bunch of free throws. I think, have those things go in, we might be feeling like we had a good start. So it's been different things every night. I think the idea for me is we just got to be the same team in terms of approach and execution every time we take the floor, and that's what we come in practice for.
You had to make some early adjustments, seeing Micah Adams-Woods pick up 2 fouls in the first minute and a half. Talk about the role Mike Saunders played in that adjustment for you guys early on.
Yeah, I hated that Mike had gotten foul trouble early, and he's getting in a better rhythm. He's been a little out of rhythm offensively in terms of scoring the ball. He's been terrific as a setup man. I think his assist-to-turnover ratio is one of the best in the country, and we're really pleased with his numbers there at the point guard position. But you feel like he's getting in a better rhythm in practice. You can see it coming. He's really been working at his game, and you hate that he gets in some foul trouble early tonight. But Mike Saunders has just been terrific. He just keeps getting better, and I thought he did a nice job of kind of carrying the load. And then I thought Micah did a really nice job of coming in with 2 fouls and still playing aggressively, okay, and then not picking up a third. So I like to play guys with 2 as long as they don't play like they have 2 fouls. I want them to have discipline, but we can't be out there just letting guys drive by us because we're not trying to foul. And I thought Micah did a good job tonight, and that gives me confidence that the next time he has 2, I'll be able to throw him back in the game in the first half.
Vic and Odie had a good stretch there in the second half. Just talk about their progression.
Man, I'm so proud of Vic. I said this on the radio here a minute ago. I probably coach him as hard as I coach anybody on our team every day. I'm all over him. And I think he's his harshest critic except for me. I'm probably the harshest critic, and he's his second harshest critic. And I think that's because I really believe he can be special. I think he has really, really special gifts, and I think he's got the right stuff inside of him to become a great player. He's been down about his play, but he's been practicing his tail off. If you asked him, he'd still be down about the way he played tonight, and I think he can play way better than he played. I think he's just scratching the surface, but it was good to see the way he's practiced and worked over the last week. It was good to see some of that stuff pay off in the game. So it's really neat to see. Look down, he has a double-double. I thought at times he was pretty darn good tonight, and he's getting better at the little things that drive coaches crazy. Okay, he's a freshman in a lot of ways. Not that he hasn't played experienced basketball because he played at a high level in Europe. He's a freshman that he does a lot of the stuff that drive coaches crazy, sprinting back, not sprinting back and communicating in transition or taking a little break or messing with the ball when he shouldn't, that type of thing. And he's getting better at those little things that I've been harping on him about. And so it's good to see him having success. Boy, Odie's just like the Energizer Bunny. I thought he was really good tonight and gave us some energy that we needed on the board, running the floor, and then doing his job ducking in around the basket on offense.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
All right, Mike Saunders and David DeJulius. Questions?
David, you've had some success as a rebounding guard. What are teams doing that that are giving you guys so much problems, especially on the defensive glass like Bryant did tonight?
I don't know. I think it's an effort thing. We just got to pick up our effort, hit the glass more. This is something we got to continue to emphasize, something the coaches emphasize, something we have to hold at a high priority because, as Coach said, it wins games if you do, and if you don't, it loses games. So,
Mikey, you guys had that 2 spurts, one in the first half, one in the second half, were able to get out in transition and kind of get some easy buckets. Can you feel like that's when the team is at its best, when you guys are able to do that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And, it starts on the defensive end. Once we started to get stops, we was able to run in transition. And as you can see, we play our best ball when we're able to just play, look up and just get running. Like, that's really what broke the game for us. But for sure, the defense is what got us really going offensively. So if we keep that same mindset, then we'll be able to play at that pace and do that at a good rate.
We've asked you guys about Big Vic before. He's got 13 points, 11 rebounds. Do you guys see him getting more and more comfortable with his game?
yeah, most definitely. He's getting more comfortable, not only on the court but off the court. You can just see it in his demeanor, and his confidence level is going up. If he just continues to stay on that trajectory, sky's the limit for him.
Assist numbers have been, as a team, not individually, but as a team, a little down lately. You had, 15 on 26 made baskets tonight. Has that been a focus, or is it just the nature of playing in transition like you guys got to today? So
You said it was lower?
it was 15. It has been a
Oh,
little
lower?
bit lower. Today was up.
Mhm.
So has that been a focus, or is it just the game?
Because we knew they was in a zone, the whole game. So coach, emphasized we're gonna have to move the ball and play in space, but definitely move the ball so we can get the defense to move in the zone. So that was definitely something we emphasized before the game. So and it worked out for us.
Hey, Mikey, we saw Micah Adams-Woods get into early foul trouble. Talk about the adjustments you saw coming into the game and the role the Bryant defense was giving you to get to the basket.
The zone was kind of weird to figure out at first. They kept switching defenses, but when Shuey got foul trouble, I knew I had to be able to be ready to step up, and I feel like I did a pretty good job. Coach always tells me to stay ready, so that's what I did. And yeah, over the flow of the game, I started to see a little opening. So yeah, for sure.
David, you've had kind of a gauntlet stretch of games here. You get almost a full week off before a big one on Saturday. What's the key for preparation for that, but also maybe just to recover a little bit?
Yeah, much needed. Something we're gonna both do. Get some recovery. Fix up some little knickknacks that we may have. But also just get in there and get back sharp. In order to progress throughout the season, you have to practice and practice hard. And we'll have our rest, but at the same time, we're going to get in there and sharpen some things up on both ends.
First crosstown shootout for you guys coming up on Saturday on the road in their place with fans. Have JD and Micah got to experience it? Have they told you guys anything about it yet? Or
Hostile. None there. It's just a different energy. They hate us, and we hate them. So no love lost. It's just we just coming in there to win, and that's the only thing we're really worried about is getting the win. So.
How much would that game in Oxford help you, do you think, for Saturday? Because that was a hostile environment over there the other day.
Yeah. No, I think that sets us up perfectly. Like you said, we just played in a hostile environment where everyone was going against us, and we pulled through that game. So I feel like we're battle tested. So we're gonna be ready for sure. We're gonna be ready.
Do you compare it to Ohio State with what you've maybe
From a
already
basketball
experienced, or?
the rivalry of Michigan would be better with like Michigan State as opposed to Ohio State, but I can just tell the energy from Xavier and Cincinnati. It's like the only thing probably up there is Duke and North Carolina, honestly.
Thanks, fellas.
Yeah, thanks.